Welcome to Mathematics Content Library for Grade 9. Today we are going to revise the chapter Euclid's Geometry through its mind map. The definitions that we studied in Euclid's geometry are a point, a line, plane, and a solid. All these are identified based on their dimensions. A point has no dimension. A line has one dimension called the length. Plane has two dimensions, length and breadth, and a solid has three dimensions, length, breadth, and height. When infinite number of points they are joined together or kept side by side, we get one dimension, that is length, which we also call it as the line. When so many lines are kept attached to one another, we get the second dimension called as breadth, and we call it as the plane. And when so many planes are kept over one another, then we get the third dimension that we call as the height or the thickness, which is the solid that has the three dimensions. In this way, from a no dimension point to the three-dimensional solid, the number of points, lines, and planes, they are go on increasing. Next, we discussed about the axioms. Axioms are the statements that are believed to be true throughout all the branches of the mathematics. The listed axioms are things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. If equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. The whole is greater than the part. Things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. And the last one, things which are half of the same things are equal to one another. So these are the 7 axioms that we studied in the chapter Euclid's Geometry. Next, we discussed about the postulates. These are the statements that are believed to be true in the branch of mathematics called geometry. That is, these are applicable only for the geometry. And the postulates that we studied in this chapter are: a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. And make a note that between 2 points there is possibility of only one straight line, which is the shortest distance. And whatever the line that we draw between those two, other than this straight line, they will be curved line and they are not the shortest one. The second postulate, a terminated line can be produced indefinitely. So, a terminated line means it has the end points in both the directions, and that can be produced indefinitely in both those directions. That means it becomes a line. Next, postulate number 3, a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. So keeping at the one point, by changing the compass, we can draw as many circles we can draw. So a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. And if the circles have the same center, they are called as concentric circles. Next, fourth one, all right angles are equal to one another. A right angle measures 90 degrees and all the right angles measure 90 degree only, and it cannot be less than or more than 90 degree. Here we are talking only about the right angles, not right angled triangle. Only about right angles. The last one, if a straight line falling on two straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of angles is less than two right angles. The statement is too much big, but the meaning is simple. That is, if the sum of interior angles is less than 180 degree, then towards that direction the lines will combine or intersect. If the sum of interior opposite angles is more than 180, then in that direction the lines are not intersecting. That's about the postulate 5. And based on this postulate, the one final conclusion that we can get about the parallel lines, that is, if the sum of interior angles is equal to 180 degree, then the lines will not intersect each other and they are called as the parallel lines. Next, we discussed two theorems. The first one, given two distinct points, there is a unique line that passes through them. So this is already discussed in the first postulate, that a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. That is, between given two points, there is only one line that passes through them, and that is the straight line, and that is the shortest one. If we draw other lines, they will be curved lines. Okay, that is the meaning of first theorem. The second, two distinct lines cannot have more than one point in common. So the two distinct lines, if they intersect, we will get only one point of intersection. And there is one more possibility, that if the lines, if they are having more than one point of intersection, then if the lines are overlapping one another. So there is only two possibilities. One is they intersect at only one point, otherwise the other option is both the lines are overlapping one another. So these are the two theorems. Given two distinct points, there is a unique line that passes through them. Two distinct lines cannot have more than one point in common. That's all about the chapter Euclid's geometry. I hope the revision through this mind map helped you to understand the axioms, postulates, the definitions, and the theorems in a better way. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.